Recent estimates are painting an exciting picture for the future of space travel. Brace yourself for this. The commercial space travel industry is on the verge of an economic explosion. According to a report by UBS, we're looking at a potential $4 billion annually in space tourism revenue by 2030. And hold on to your seats, because Morgan Stanley predicted that by 2040, the global space tech industry could be raking in over $1 trillion. With all this buzz and investment swirling around, it's crystal clear. Humanity's journey into the cosmos is about to blast off into a whole new dimension. Let's buckle up and dive into the awe-inspiring progress we've made in our quest to explore the final frontier. Step back to the 1960s, the dawn of human spaceflight, where astronauts were a rare breed, handpicked from elite military programs and trained to withstand the unforgiving challenges of space. Picture this. Crammed into a metal capsule with untested technology, they bravely ventured to our celestial neighbor, the Moon. Fast forward to today, and the requirements for a professional astronaut are still as daunting. A laundry list of skills, certifications, and physical prowess that seem beyond the reach of mere mortals. But wait, let's talk about change. NASA, ever the visionary, sought to democratize space travel with the launch of the space shuttle in the early 1980s. After the triumphant moon landing, public interest in space waned, and NASA found itself facing budget cuts as the nation's gaze shifted elsewhere. Enter the late 1970s, a time when America was grappling with the aftermath of the Vietnam War. To boost morale and restore national pride, NASA was tasked with a bold mission: send civilians into space. The plan? Fly ordinary citizens on the shuttle, reigniting the nation's passion for space exploration. However, tragedy struck in 1986 when the Challenger exploded during liftoff, claiming the lives of all aboard, including civilian teacher Krista McAuliffe. Despite the setback, the allure of space remained strong. The shuttle continued to ferry non-astronauts, including Congressman Bill Nelson, who had a keen interest in NASA's affairs. Meanwhile, across the globe, the Soviet Union was laying the groundwork for what would become modern-day space tourism. Fast forward to 1990, a time of economic turmoil for the Soviets. In a bid for cash, they struck a deal with Tokyo Broadcasting Station, sending journalist Toyohiro Akiyama to the Mir space station for a week-long stay, complete with sponsor logos plastered on his Soyuz rocket. But it was the year 2001 that marked a true turning point. Enter Dennis Tito, an American businessman with a dream of space. He forked out $20 million to space adventures, brokering a deal with the Russian space agency to hitch a ride to the International Space Station alongside professional astronauts. Despite NASA's reservations, Tito's journey heralded the dawn of commercial spaceflight. Today, all thanks to the leaps in space tourism, even common man can dream of traveling to space. Several companies are vying for a piece of the cosmic pie, promising to whisk eager travelers away from Earth's confines and into the cosmos. Here are 6 companies that are not only offering space adventures, but also have the potential to reshape our world as we know it. Axiom Space. Axiom is not just content with dipping its toes into the space industry, it's diving in head first. From constructing its own space station to designing NASA's lunar spacesuits, Axiom is making waves. One of its most sought-after services is arranging trips to the International Space Station for private clients, albeit at a hefty price tag of $55 million per ticket. Despite the station's less than luxurious accommodations, with its cramped quarters and occasional funky smells, the awe-inspiring views more than make up for any discomfort. Axiom's clientele includes philanthropists and countries without their own extensive space programs, making it a popular choice for those seeking a taste of space exploration. Blue Origin. Blue Origin is a heavyweight contender in the space tourism arena, having already completed 6 crewed flights using its New Shepard rocket. The experience is brief but exhilarating. After just 2 days of training, passengers are whisked to over 100 kilometers in altitude, experiencing weightlessness for a few blissful minutes before returning to Earth. While prices remain undisclosed, reports suggest that they could reach into the millions. Despite setbacks, including a recent rocket anomaly, Blue Origin remains undeterred, with plans for both suborbital tourism and the development of the Orbital Reef, a joint venture with Sierra Space aimed at creating an orbital business park and tourism destination. Virgin Galactic. Offering a more straightforward journey to the edge of space, Virgin Galactic provides a no-frills experience that's out of this world. Their spaceplane, VSS Unity, is carried to altitude by the carrier plane VMS Eve before embarking on a suborbital journey. While the company has faced its fair share of challenges, including a tragic test flight in 2014 and subsequent lawsuits, Virgin Galactic is pushing forward with its mission to make space accessible to all. Despite delays and setbacks, the company is determined to realize founder Richard Branson's vision of democratizing space travel. Orbital Assembly. Then there's Orbital Assembly, with its ambiguous Voyager Station project, a luxury hotel in orbit that promises to redefine opulence. With accommodations for up to 400 guests and amenities like spacewalks, gourmet dining, and live entertainment, a 3.5-day stay comes with a hefty price tag of $5 million. Scheduled to open by the end of the decade, Voyager Station aims to revolutionize space tourism. SpaceX. Of course, no discussion of space tourism would be complete without mentioning SpaceX. While not a tourism company per se, SpaceX has played a pivotal role in making space more accessible than ever. With its Crew Dragon spacecraft and Falcon 9 rocket, SpaceX has launched more people into space than any other venture mentioned. Thanks to its cost-effective solutions and private ownership, SpaceX is paving the way for a new era of space travel, where ordinary people, not just billionaire adventurers, can fulfill their dreams of reaching the stars. In short, commercial space travel is on the horizon, with companies like SpaceX, Virgin Galactic, and Blue Origin leading the charge in making space tourism a reality. While Virgin Galactic has already begun offering spots for suborbital space flights, their services are currently limited to a select group of high-paying customers. SpaceX, on the other hand, has ambitious plans to send tourists around the moon by 2025 and is eyeing further manned missions to Mars. While an exact timeline is hard to pin down, industry experts predict that affordable and regular commercial space travel could become a reality within the next 10 to 20 years. As for the safety and feasibility of space tourism as an investment opportunity, it's still considered speculative, but with promising potential. Space-related ventures inherently carry risks due to the complexity and expense of the technology involved. However, the potential payoff if space tourism becomes mainstream could be immense. Many investors see this as a pivotal moment in the commercialization of space, akin to the early days of internet startups. Companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin have made significant strides, hinting at a future where space tourism is commonplace. Potential investors should weigh their risk tolerance carefully and conduct thorough research before diving in. Looking ahead, advancements in space technology are poised to revolutionize space tourism. Rocket reusability will drive down launch costs, making tickets more affordable for passengers. Scientists are exploring novel propulsion systems like nuclear thermal engines for faster travel to destinations like Mars. Innovative designs for habitable modules and moon hotels promise comfortable stays in orbit and beyond. Additionally, advancements in spacesuit technology will enable civilians to partake in extravehicular activities safely. Enhanced communication technology will also keep space tourists connected with Earth, alleviating concerns and ensuring a smooth journey.